Welcome to Political Trendy Radio, episode 68 for February 29th, 2016. Hey, it only comes once every 4 years. You kind of got to broadcast. You can email the show at ellinthemood@gmail.com. Facebook is obviously Political Trendy Radio, and Twitter is at PTRadio666. It was going to be PTR, but someone stole the name. My name is Elliot, as always, and I'm here with, as always.
I am Jim, and I have no cigarettes. This disgruntles me.
That does suck, actually.
And I guess I'm Eric, and happy Leap Day.
Happy Leap Day. Leap off a bridge. Leap off a bridge. Sorry about last episode. We didn't really have much to talk about, and technical problems, and I kept having to dash in and out.
Yeah, lots of fun.
I didn't even promote last episode, to be honest. I was just kind of, eh.
Yeah, same here.
It was kind of a stopgap, but whatever, they can't all be winners, although I wish they could be, because that would be helpful to all of us. I have caffeine.
I have caffeine, just no cigarettes.
That does suck. Start smoking the computer.
I'm trying to.
Yay.
It's not working at the moment.
Jim, did you watch the Oscars?
No, I did not give a shit about that.
Good. Me neither. Eric did.
Well,
Beautiful.
All he posted about was the Oscars.
I'm a filmmaker, so...
I looked on the... What?
All I kept seeing was people posting a bunch of memes saying, "Oh my god, the meme has died. This person actually won one." It's like, I really don't care.
Chris Rock actually gave a decent monologue. I haven't heard it, but apparently he was addressing people's furor over how there were no black people nominated.
Yeah, and he also took a couple jabs at the fucking habitually offended banning people from campuses. That much I did catch.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't really...
This is all from memes online, so I'm just going to trust them because...
No, I heard it from my dad.
Okay.
So, I don't really find Chris Rock that funny. His style just never appealed to me. A little too yelly and showy for my taste. I like deadpan, but I thought he made some good points there. So good on Chris. Just please stop performing. So, and people won awards that I didn't see. Although all my Facebook trending thing was about all 10 items were about different things in the Oscars. I'm just like, I don't care. So, that was my little rant about the Oscars. It's not that good of a rant because my brain is mush, as usual.
Well, want to see what pop culture actually deems an unpopular opinion?
That Morbid Visions was the best Sepultura album ever, which is my opinion, which is unpopular.
Well, no, this is what they think is unpopular. It's time to talk about how terrible Pantera are.
Alright, I will get out my book that I'm writing. Chapter 1.
Oh, God. This is definitely a bandwagon fest from what I've seen of it. But it's not. It's trying to condemn the music, but it fails on so many levels.
I listen to Pantera, okay? I will be the first to say I do have all of Pantera's albums. I listen to them. I don't know why. There's just something stupid about them. It fills my need for pop music, but I will condemn them to the ends of the earth as, because I still have my black metal, sensibilities. But if I want pop music, I'll listen to them. But okay, let's see what this has to say. I'll take out my my book here. I got a book. Okay, right here. Pantera sucks. Chapter 1.
Okay. I've been waiting to say this for a while. I fucking hate Pantera with the burning fury of 10,000 white-hot suns.
So does the people on Death Metal Underground.
Yeah, and their arguments are better than this, I will guarantee.
Oh yeah, I want some of those people on PTR because I think they would really spice up the show. That's my opinion.
And they would kick our asses left and right, which is a good thing.
We could probably hang with them at least. Hopefully.
For a while, until everything descended.
Until they heard that I still listen to Pantera.
Yeah. No, it has nothing to do with Phil Anselmo's frequent outbursts of la-di-da. I'm not easily offended, and I can't think of much I care less about than what Phil Anselmo has to say about anything. Okay, that was a weird
What
sound.
website is this from?
LA Weekly.
The LA Weekly actually has some decent music coverage. They've interviewed ACX DC. They've talked about black metal. The LA Weekly, it ain't perfect, but as far as I've found a lot of really good music coverage. So we'll have to see what this is. What this is.
The problem with Pantera is their music, which sounds like a room full of chimps trying to bang out Skinner jams.
Actually, it kind of does. It sounds like a room full of crystal meth addict, white trash rednecks trying to bang out Skinner jams, if I'm honest.
Okay. The weird thing is, I want to like them, if only because I've hated them for so long. You see, kids, I have a long, long history of hating Pantera. Almost as long as my history of hating Pearl Jam. I remember seeing and liking the video for This Love at a sleepover party when I was in 6th grade.
See, I'm different. I've wanted to hate Pantera and wanted to turn my back on them for so long, and in a way I have. And yet, every time I have a craving for Neanderthal pop music, they do something. But I have to say I listen to them maybe once a year. my once year, because I have so much music, they never come up anymore. So it doesn't matter. So, but yeah,
It all depends if I'm looking for a certain type of inspiration.
And even then, I could think of bands who did the groove metal thing much better.
Yeah. But by the time I got to high school, Phil Anselmo's pain was not burning in my black little heart.
Ah, that's I think that's a Charles Bronson reference.
Yeah. It was, however, burning in the heart of every metalhead who spent my freshman year terrorizing me.
See, I was into Pantera big time when I was like 12 to 14. Then when I started getting into death metal and black metal and things like that, I read the people's complaints on Metal Archives and thought like, what are you talking about? This is really heavy. And went back to it. No, wait, they're justified. So, it was kind of the metal undergroundification. I don't listen to Pantera if I'm in the mood for metal. I'll put it that way.
I definitely remember that, because in 9th grade you were all about Pantera.
Yeah, but I'll get back to that in a minute because I've done some weird self-discovery in the past couple days. Not because of any of the reasons you're thinking of, Jim. Just doing some deep thinking while reading, and I've made some interesting discoveries, which I'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah, I'm really good at anticipating idiotic objections, so let me anticipate this one. No, I do not hate Pantera because New England's equivalent of rednecks listened to them and made me sad when I was 14. That wasn't even my argument.
I've met New England rednecks. I'd take them over Southern rednecks any day. But then again, as I've said before, you won't find a more fervent Southern hater or bigot, if you really want to use loaded language, than I. I detest the South.
Yeah. My entire argument here was he's jumping on a bandwagon and trying to come at it from a different angle to appeal to another crowd.
I don't know. I'd have to read more of the story because, like as I said before, I found the LA Weekly to be the most decent of the mainstream newspapers. I mean, like I said, they've interviewed, you know, ACX, DC, and some other bands. I don't remember who else but I've seen some bands in there that I was not expecting to. So some of my friends' bands and shit. So.
First of all, I was a mouthy little shit who deserved most of the flack I got. Second, it was character building. Thanks, young dickheads of America.
I agree with both those things, but high school people, most of them are mouthy shits who deserve what's coming to them. And second of all, yes, character building. Eric,
Yeah.
I make fun of you because it's character building.
We set you on fire because it strengthens your character and will.
Yes.
No, the reason I hate Pantera is because they are mind-numbingly, embarrassingly, scandalously awful. Though Dime was a super technically talented guitarist.
I wouldn't go that far as super bad awful. I don't detest Pantera like I detest later Sepultura, mainly because Pantera didn't have anything to squash. I mean, I guess Cowboys from Hell was decent, although it's not really my cup of tea. Power metal was good. Cowboys from Hell was decent, but they never really had a legacy like, say, Sepultura or any of the other thrash bands that shit themselves. So I don't hate Pantera like I hate some of those other later bands. And as far as Dimebag Darrell being a skilled technical guitarist, I'm just gonna say it. I don't really hear it. He likes those screechy noises and he can play the frets really fast, but you know me. I'm all about a really good riff. I'm more about a really great riff than fast fretboard solos.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of any really great riffs that he's done. Good riffs, but
nothing too memorable.
I mean, Dave Mustaine, I will defend as a great guitarist because of the way he plays the riffs and the way he plays the leads and things like that. Also, he does good solos, but you know, I mean, anyone could do a good solo. I mean, I've met soloists who couldn't play rhythm. That's why I'm more into rhythm playing. Mustaine does really great, rhythm. The Cannibal Corpse guys do great riffs. I've never really heard anything great from Dirt Nap Darrell.
Maybe, but so is Yngwie Malmsteen, and that doesn't stop him from boring me to tears either.
Yeah, Scott kept saying, listen to a whole Yngwie album all the way through. I'm like, he's impressive, but I mean, I guess he's has more substance than some other shredders, but it's just, I'm not big on masturbation if it's someone else doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bummer if Pantera was the only thing you had to listen to when you were pissed and in high school.
I had Anal Cunt to get me through those.
Yeah, I had Death and, let's see, the old school Metallica, the fucking
And then I got into
Slayer.
blogs. Then I got into blogs and got all that, obscure like Terrorizer, Overkill, the demos and EPs before I ever knew that. Oh, Overkill's huge. I didn't know that. Or Terrorizer's well known. So I had all those, and oh yeah, I listened to those. I don't remember ever being like pissed. I remember being more annoyed and apathetic. Eric would disagree, but Eric doesn't know that most of the time it's called acting.
And, of course, there's also Cannibal Corpse and Morbid Angel I got. And a slew of of shows at the fucking local volunteer fire department. That was good.
Yay, volunteer fire department death metal.
Mm-hmm.
Setting people on fire and then putting it out.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was. I definitely lucked out by growing up 10 minutes from Drop Dead and tripping over Infest and despise you as a result.
Good. I mean, I can't stand Drop Dead's political leanings. Basically, you're hurting animals, but musically they kick ass. And anyone who doesn't know who Infest is needs to be pissed on by me. Despisio is good. I've seen them live, actually. Basically, punk rock and power violence bands. I will fully admit I always have to. I will fully admit I always have to make digs at Drop Dead's political leanings because I think they're retarded.
Come on, motherfucker, work. There we go.
But I have to say I do enjoy their music, and I think you should check them out.
Not everyone can be cool as I was when I was 15. Yeah, right.
Not everyone can be as. You know what? I'm not saying what you're saying here. I'm actually saying something different.
To me, it just seems pretty damn shallow. Because they haven't gone any more than, like, what? 2 jabs to music, and then just goes on about saying how cool he was in high school.
Well, no, what he was saying was, in effect, that he had access to... Oh, come on, I brag about my access to bands in high school. No, what he's saying is that he had access to bands in high school that a lot of people don't know about, like Drop Dead, Infest, and shit like that. And he was saying that basically that opened his mind up to better music. Something I completely understand because, like I said, when I was young, I used to love Pantera, but then I got into bands like that, and I was just like, wow, this sucks shit. So I think I see what he's saying because I kind of grew up like that, but we'll see.
It might interest you to know that I like the Pantera everyone hates. Power Metal is a solid album of 1980s speed metal I have no trouble recommending to fans of Exciter or Accept.
Oh, hell yeah. Power Metal's the best thing they ever did. I mean, I'll go on record saying that. Power Metal's the best thing they ever did by far.
Wait, can I make a statement about a kind of metal band real quickly after you're done?
Yeah.
Finish what you were saying, though.
I finished what I was saying.
Still got a few more paragraphs.
I know this band isn't necessarily what you call metal or whatever. Baby Metal is releasing a second album, and I fucking bought it for $65.
Great, you're a sucker. Moving on.
It's awesome because it comes three little fucking bobblehead dolls, and it's autographed.
Yes, you're still a sucker because Baby Metal can suck my cunt.
Hey, Jim likes them.
Yeah, and I don't care that they're coming out with a new album.
It's called Metal Resistance or some shit like that.
I really don't care.
Yeah, moving on before I kill someone, please.
Hey, Baby Metal's fucking awesome. Die, faggot. Die!
I heard them because they were on my friend's Last FM feed, and all the metal sites kept on promoting them, and they were
really. I mean, they have metal influence, but they're
okay. Wait. But I heard them, and I don't like J-pop. I don't like the vocals. I don't like anything.
They're kawaii metal. They're not really. They're cute metal. That's what.
Yeah, cute and metal don't mix. Metal is evil and ugly.
Which isn't even metal. It's pop rock.
But here's the thing. I'm not really into pop rock, so I listen to them and I'm just like, you know what? I see what you're trying to do and it's cute. Please drop dead.
A fucking friend of mine, he's like an A&R case since he moved to Japan. And you know any Japanese punk rock band? So I pretty much every one of like Kuro, Cute and all them that Elliot showed me. I just sent him a list of about 20 different bands, and he's like, I really listen to these, but they're speaking Japanese. I'm like, you asked me for Japanese punk rock, and now you're complaining that they're in Japanese. He's like, yeah, wouldn't they speak English? if they're from fucking Japan, I doubt they're gonna be speaking English unless they want to try to be cool, because for some reason, a lot of Japanese artists think English is cool. Let's speak a few words in English in each song.
Really quick, and then we got to move on with the article because I want to see what he's on about. And even if they do speak English, a lot of times you can't really understand what they're saying because the accents are so thick. I.e., Gizm. Jim, really quick.
I frankly don't understand why they felt the need to switch from groovy, sped-up rock and roll to knuckle-dragging thudcore.
Oh, I know why. I know exactly why they did it. Okay? I know exactly why they did it. See, Pantera were always a band they were never leaders. They were always followers. But here was a time
for the join link, by the way.
Okay. What?
Do I share the watch link or the join link? So you can know the story.
Just share a link.
Watch.
Right.
Yeah. Pantera finally had an opportunity to create, and what they created was a bastardized form of thrash metal, taking influences from Exhorder and sludge metal. Yeah, okay, I'll say Pantera ripped off Exhorder because they did. Taking cues from some sludge metal, but also Exhorder, which had some groove metal in their thrash, watering it down till it's accessible for major labels, and making millions of dollars off of it, and thereby creating pretty much everything you hate in modern metal, except for maybe black gaze, can conceivably be laid at Pantera's doorstep.
Yeah.
Can you hear me typing? Sorry.
Just mute yourself if you're doing something. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry about that. I have a new setup and its cords are fucking everywhere.
I don't care. My guess is money. The boys are, if nothing else, savvy to trends in hard rock. I know that my saying this won't stop the gummed masses of Pantera fandom from freaking out anyway, but there's nothing wrong with making money, and certainly nothing wrong with making money doing something you love. Good on Pantera for spending more on booze and drugs than what I make in a year, and good for them for basically single-handedly destroying the need for hard-ass bands to puff their manes out like poodles. Well done, lads.
I mean, see, whatever you think, I mean, I'm glad this has come out because it's about time somebody hears something different in the mainstream circles other than how Pantera were one of the most uncompromising bands and how they were so brutal and how they always stuck to their guns. So I'm glad someone finally said it in the mainstream circle because let's face it, I can say that on this show till I'm blue in the face, which is actually physically impossible, but still I can say it all the time. No one will hear it. If somebody on a mainstream show says it, that might have actually rocked some people.
You see, the whole thing here is your half-assed, compilation of explaining what makes Pantera suck is 100 times better than what the hell this guy said. And what you said is still far from the best argument I've heard.
Well, he was trying to condense it because maybe he had so much space or something. I don't know. I think what he's trying to say was what I was trying to say. I don't know. What other arguments have you heard? That's what I want to know.
The only song I've ever heard by Pantera is, I think, Bullet with Your Name on It. And that was, back when it first came out. And I didn't really listen to it. Am I even about the same band?
Yeah. What other arguments have you heard about? I mean, I've
heard ones that melted my brain dissecting the musical style down to its base roots. Essentially stating what you said, only far more eloquently.
I'm not an eloquent person. It's trailer park metal for rednecks. It's trailer park metal for redneck meth drinkers who watch Maury all day. There.
What are some bands of this genre?
Of the groove metal genre?
A trailer park metal, you said. What are some bands?
Machine Head, Skin Lab, fucking...
Yeah, I'm fucking clueless.
Slipknot. Yeah, we kind of got that already. Yeah, but, you know, and then a bunch of thrash musicians and bands started creating projects or dumbing themselves down to sound like Pantera. You had Sepultura with Chaos AD, and then going a step further with Roots. You had Overkill going groovy, which Overkill groovy didn't really bother me because they were still decent. Um, Even Slayer going groovy, although once again I'll still defend Slayer. So
That was more of an experiment on their end.
I'll say I do think they were also influenced by Pantera because Slayer, Kerry King, and always had known Pantera since about '88 and guested on a Pantera song. So I think they were influenced by
Yeah.
Pantera. I think they were influenced by Pantera, but it was still more of an experiment.
Yeah.
You had Rob from Violence starting Machine Head, which went from thrashy to more groove metal or whatever. So basically everything that's wrong in the mainstream metal scene could pretty much be laid at Pantera's feet, unless whatever the new trend is at metalcore. Because metalcore has a lot of Pantera in it, new metal, of course, and a lot of people, new metal fans especially, always said, oh, I didn't really like metal till I heard Pantera and the groove in it. So,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of different arguments that I'm not smart enough to make, but do you really need someone to dissect all the musical styles and shit?
Like I said, I've heard it done a lot better by people, and you've done a much better job than what this guy did. One more paragraph, though.
If I was talking to someone who was doing it and he started, I could probably join him. I'm just not that good at thinking right now.
I'm never good at it.
We know.
Shut up, faggot.
But if I want to listen to some dude screaming over the same riff for 5 minutes, I'll just bust out some Earth Crisis or White Zombie. They might not have done it first, but they sure as hell did it better than Pantera, who might actually be the worst band grown-ups proudly admit to liking.
Yeah,
that is actually true, that Earth Crisis, and I'm not big on White Zombie. As a matter of fact, I don't like White Zombie at all. And Earth Crisis is kind of meh, but
the whole entire article just seemed very shallow to me. It didn't really want to get into anything other than.
I think it's because it has to be condensed. Because remember, you're talking about an article in a newspaper. You're not talking about a 6-page article on a website. You're talking about a 1-page article in a newspaper or magazine, whatever the hell, and you're given so much space. You can't really go into,
One thing that's really missing from here is what all they inspired, such as nu metal in and of itself.
And metalcore.
Uh-huh.
And whatever else. I don't know what's popular anymore. I'm guessing it's still metalcore and deathcore because that's what I see in my popular people posts. But popular metal things. But at least someone said it. It's about damn time someone said it, because all I see are in the underground. I see some cool, but in the mainstream, all I see are Pantera. Basically sucking off Dimebag Darrell's decomposing cock.
Yay. Rip off the decomposing cock and force feed it to homeless people.
Okay. That's what you need to do on PTR. That's what you need to do. Someone actually asked my opinion on the new Anthrax album.
Uh-huh.
I said it's shit, don't buy it.
Yay.
Because Anthrax sucks.
What band you're talking about does.
What?
The Anthrax that you're referring to does. The other one doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I never really got into the other one either. They're good, but I always thought there were better bands out there. For those of you who don't know, that's a British anarcho-punk band who I'm surprised never got sued. Well, it's true.
Oh, well.
Two bands named Subhumans. Subhumans Canada and Subhumans UK.
Yeah, but Subhumans ain't equal to the level of bigness that Anthrax is. Granted, Anthrax isn't really huge, but still.
Oh, fuck, my pot pie's in the oven. Be right back.
My cock is in the oven.
So, how about some senseless violence?
Random acts of senseless violence. It's my favorite show. That needs to be a show.
Along with people dying, where all you do is watch people die.
You said you were out of cigarettes.
I'm smoking the butts as best I can.
Yeah, I've been that desperate before with some things, but we don't talk about them. I had a 7-Eleven burrito the other day, by the way.
Beautiful.
That is good. That you know the huge ones.
Mm-hmm.
Bean and cheese that had a hint of spice. That's good stuff. We should do something called a guide to living. A guide to lower class food or something.
Yay, start off with which ramens are good and which ones aren't.
Yes.
And how to spice them up properly.
Acid. Put acid in them.
So where do you want to go from here? We got the senseless violence article and shit on censorship.
Let's do senseless violence first. I need something lighthearted before we shit on censorship.
Okay. 10 children stabbed by man at China school.
Yes, thank you Sky News for this. I found it randomly on Twitter. See, Twitter has uses.
At times. 6 boys and 4 girls need hospital treatment following the attack outside a primary school.
Yay.
A man has stabbed 10 children outside the gates of a school in China, severely injuring 2 before killing himself.
He claimed he was trying to cut down on overpopulation.
Yay, that's a good way to start. 6 boys and 4 girls were attacked outside a primary school in the city of Haikou, something like that. I always butcher these pronunciations.
Just say something incredibly racist. It's funny.
Yeah. On the southern island province of Henan, state broadcaster China Central Television reported. The youngsters were taken to the hospital. None of them suffered life-threatening injuries, but two were seriously hurt in Monday's attack.
I heard Haikos is Chinese for dog eater.
Dog eater.
I don't know people. I feel very offensive today.
People described it as a vicious attack. Apparently not vicious enough. The kids lived.
Vicious attacks are my favorite.
I thought my child would be safe at school. I didn't think something like this would happen.
Well, it did.
A mother told the news portal at the hospital where her son was being treated. The attacker was later identified as 45-year-old Li Sijun. Violent crime in China is rare compared to with other countries. However, there have been a series of attacks involving knives and axes in recent years. Oh, why couldn't you find an article about the axe attacks?
I'm sorry.
On toddlers. Children have been targeted in many of these assaults. In 2014, 3 children and a teacher were stabbed to death by a man at a primary school that refused to enroll his daughter. A man killed 2 relatives and wounded a...
You know enroll my daughter, you die.
A man killed 2 relatives and wounded 11 people, including 6 children, outside a school in Shanghai in March 2013. In 2010, a 42-year-old man killed 8 children at a primary school. They're going for the gold here, man.
They're going for the record.
Yeah, if you can't get your hands on a gun, you just run in there and start stabbing people.
You don't accept my daughter. I kill you.
And kill he did.
Yes, the liberal is making racist Chinese jokes.
Yeah. And I'm just sitting here going, I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm not talking to you though. I'm talking to the viewers.
Yay.
Because there's bound to be viewers, right? Someone's got to watch this shit sometime.
Maybe, if you're lucky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, unless my YouTube channel gets pulled, they'll be up there forever.
Yay. Now, the Gatestone Institute International Policy Council states that Facebook is waging war on freedom of speech.
Facebook is waging a war on freedom of speech. I don't know why I just thought about saying it like that.
Yeah. Facebook is now removing speech that presumably almost everybody might decide is racist.
What?
Along with speech that only someone at Facebook decides is racist, quote unquote.
I've never liked people removing racist speech. I've always thought people should express themselves.
Well, Jim, you see that bad religion thing that I posted in that chat earlier? Well, Soapbox Corner, I posted that in the bad religion group, they got like 600 fucking shares and peer interactions, but I posted that in the Soapbox Corner, right, and somebody fucking reported it as nudity.
That sounds like something I'd do to be a dick, although I did post, not that funny, Elliot, on the Political Trendy Radio page, just to be a dick.
Yeah.
It was, see, I wore Cannibal Corpse and Hellhammer t-shirts, and I got nothing, so. Although my Christian friend was like, why is that man hanging by a tree in the Hellhammer t-shirt? And I had to explain, it's a painting by a Swiss artist. It was also their demo tape, Satanic Rites. Hellhammer, great band. But yeah, I've never thought, I've always wanted to stake out NSBM groups and see what's up. But I can't because it's all banned and shit.
Yeah. Plus, whenever you censor the fucking idiots, then you don't get to expose their ideas and more people succumb to the idiocy.
And then they don't
get to hear the debate, especially with the word racist now applying to someone that just happens to be white and isn't racist.
And they don't get an alternative opinion, the people who say these stupid things. So they go deeper and deeper underground or deeper and deeper into the shadows. And they hear more of the same thing, and then they emerge and are Nazi.
You don't get to fucking have the ideas out there.
Fucking stand it when people are like, I refuse to fucking pirate. I refuse. It's illegal. It's bad. I'm not gonna do it.
That's not what we're talking about.
I know, but I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
And we don't care. Anyways.
Wait till we're on to another topic, then he can say things.
Yeah.
We're trying to be professionals here, damn it.
And you're a real drag on that. Anyway. The sinister reality of a society in which the expression of majority opinion is being turned into a crime has already been seen across Europe. Just last week came reports of Dutch citizens being visited by the police and warned about posting anti-mass immigration sentiments on social media. In lieu of violence,
Anti-mass immigration posts in Britain are the funniest things in the world. I love racist anti-immigration rants. They're hilarious because they don't have any bloody immigrants.
So whenever you get to the intelligent ones, that you start seeing some good points made, but half of them are fucking cretins that have no idea what they're rallying against.
It's snowing. I guess that's the immigrants' fault. I've seen shit like that. It's hilarious.
And I've seen the other end of it where it's like, dude, how the hell are we going to support all these people? Are we going to bother trying to integrate them at all into our culture? Because there's a lot of things that their culture does that runs counterintuitive to what we do.
But integrating is racist. Because, I mean, I've always said, whatever country I move to, or whatever even state I move to, because I ain't fucking staying in California. At least not in L.A. Well, at least say I'm not staying in Los Angeles. But wherever I move to, I will try. I mean, I'll never fully integrate because I'm not integrated into this culture, whatever the hell Los Angeles' culture is, because I'm still Elliot Lindemood. But I'll at least try to observe what,
Yeah. Hold on one second here. I gotta go grab a cigarette. My girlfriend just got home, and I'll steal a couple off her.
Jim wants to get a fag.
Yes.
Alright. I'll fill time. So wait, Anarchy, you're talking about pirating. I pirate shit.
You know this real quickly on Facebook.
I pirate shit all the time. I never cared about the legality of it. I mean, I knew there was no way I was going to get caught because I didn't use Napster or anything, so I've only been doing this for 6 years, 7, 8, 9 years, so I just don't care. As far as Facebook goes, I'm interested to see the rest of the article. Jim is feeding his smoking habits. I need more.
I have it back up. I smoke weed almost every other day now.
I am always sober.
Why the fuck I got my mouse?
Except for caffeine, pretty much. I don't do any drugs, not by choice. I just don't do any drugs. You're still watching Political Trendy Radio, and this is still episode 68. And the date is still February 29th, 2016. No, actually, it's February 29th, 2086. We've somehow went forward in time 70 years without going forward in time. I am still Elliot Lindemood. Jim's over there, and Anarch is over there talking about bad religion and being expelled for bad religion. I was once yelled at for wearing a Guar Beyond Hell T-shirt, but that's as close as I ever got.
You know, I miss fucking saying that little quote I used to say. If you don't like me wearing the shirt, go dig up the founding fathers and bitch to them about it. Because they're the reasons I'm wearing this. I mean, even if we didn't have the freedom of speech and religion, I'd still wear the fucking shirt.
Yeah.
Sorry, I killed the fucking show right there.
You didn't. You didn't. Don't worry. The show had no life in it to begin with. I mean, our host is a fucking moron.
Hey, look at the fucking host.
Our host has the IQ of a chipmunk, and frankly, I think he should be shot.
You see? Evolution is true. Only we haven't evolved too much. We're devolving.
Don't care.
Our host sucks, Jim. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, in lieu of violence, speech is one of the best ways for people to vent their feelings and frustrations.
Stop moving your microphone.
Yeah, fucking mute yourself.
Sorry.
Fuck.
In lieu of violence, speech is one of the best ways for people to vent their feelings and frustrations. Remove the right to speak about your frustrations, and only violence is left.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what I've always said. I've always said, look, I'm fine with people having different views as long as you don't resort to violence. That was my problem with some of the Nazis, all the Nazis that I grew up with, was that they resorted to violence first. But if you want to just talk about it, that's fine.
Yeah, I've ended up with the ones that wanted to talk about it first, even the cretins, before they went off the rails. Most of them, anyway.
But I don't get why you want to send. I mean, I get it because Facebook is a major company, doesn't want to be associated with things that might be considered racist. But at the same time, Facebook is representative of the public, and the public will have views that people don't always agree with, that not everyone agrees with. I mean, I just.
Yeah, and the whole thing is this. It's like this is one of the major things that's leading to the rise of Trump, which is the fact that people aren't being given their recourse. So, place to fucking say anything without fucking being shamed into being this, that, the other thing, and shit on constantly. There isn't even a fucking debate. Cigarette. No,
Yeah,
drink again.
I've never had a problem with having friends with. I mean, I have friends who are much more conservative than I, and I've never wanted to report them for some of the things they say, even if I may disagree with them, even find their views reprehensible. But whatever, they probably find some of the things I say reprehensible.
I mean, you could sit there and rail against a white guy who shoots up a fucking place, but when a black guy does it, if you sit there and say one minor thing that puts into question his righteousness in doing so, you're declared a racist.
And if you think we're just a bunch of right-wing white hate mongers, you need to watch more episodes and actually get to know us.
Yeah.
That's the thing that scares me, is even I'm in agreement. I mean, I've heard this from. I'm not saying you're right wing, but I've heard this from
Well, I'm
right wing
further
people.
right than you, but I'm nowhere near.
No, but what I'm saying, well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, I've heard this from really right wing people as far back as I can remember. They're discriminating against the white guy. We can't say nothing, when it wasn't as bad as it is now. And I was like, just stop complaining.
Back in the 90s, I didn't see it at all, except in certain TV stations after fucking they were deregulated.
Yay, deregulation. Isn't deregulation great?
Yeah, it used to be you had to air. If you aired someone, from the left, you had to spend just as much time airing someone from the right, so that way people could make up their mind.
Well, same
now
thing.
You don't have to do that anymore. That's what makes Fox News so great, because it's the one thing that's preaching to the fucking right, which isn't necessarily even right.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you had Rush Limbaugh come on, you had to have someone who was opposite of Rush Limbaugh come on and say, this is why he's full of shit.
Yeah, you'd have 1 hour dedicated to Rush, another hour dedicated to whoever. Yeah, whatever.
After deregulation, all of a sudden, Rush Limbaugh, Michael Savage, it was mostly from the right at that time. Talk radio was very conservative at that time. Some degree still is. When people think of talk radio, people mostly think of Rush Limbaugh. They don't really think of left. So that happened. But anyway, continue with this thing before my brain explodes.
Yeah. The lid is being put on the pressure cooker at precisely the moment that the heat is being turned up. A true initiative for civil courage would explain to both Merkel and Zuckerberg that their policy can only have one possible result.
One possible result. Actually, can have a couple. People going off of Facebook to find a different site. I mean, there are sites that are more open. They don't get as much. They don't get.
You want a bit of irony? Fucking Tumblr of all sites is not taking up a lot of this shit because they make money off the clicks that are generated due to the whole entire culture war.
Yeah, but I hate Tumblr because there's no. It's kind of like Twitter. There's just no meat on the posts.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of that, and a lot of it's reposting memes too.
Yeah, that's why I like Facebook because at least people update statuses. And although for some reason today there was a weird trend of having 1 or 2 word statuses. I don't know what the hell that was about, but
just to show that you were into the leap year. Oh well.
I don't know. Somebody posted watermelon, and that was all.
What's the point of that?
Who gives a shit?
I don't know. But that's the thing about Twitter is there's also no meat on the bones. I want the ability to write, and yes, there's a character limit with statuses, and if I wanted to write something more, I could write a note. But I have some wiggle room here. I have room to let my mind run and let my thoughts ring out, rather than Twitter. Oh yeah, I like that car. That car, cool. Send, because I'm running out of characters.
Yeah.
And then it looks totally retarded.
Mm-hmm.
Most tweets are either very fast racing updates or they're like very generic.
Best thing is we can both say retarded and get away with it because we rode the short bus.
Yes, that's why I always thought it was funny when Paul was like, I wish you guys wouldn't say retarded. Because I'm like, hey, look, buddy, I rode the short bus for 12 years. 13 years, including kindergarten.
Anyways, on with the article here. It was only a few weeks ago that Facebook was forced to back down when caught permitting anti-Israel posts, but censoring the equivalent anti-Pakistan quotes.
Palestine post, Jim.
Palestinian, yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
Anti-Pakistan. Okay.
Yeah, I completely fucked that one.
Fuck Pakistan. Fuck them.
Anti-Pakistan.
This is why I need more cigarettes, damn it.
Israel and Pakistan have a long-running no.
Someone get this man cigarettes to get me some fucking weed.
I got cigarettes now, so
I need
okay.
weed. Fuck. God damn it.
I need a Satanist girl.
I need
But everyone knows that. Anyway,
I need weed.
Okay,
Go ahead and find weed. We always say we need more drugs. We should do more drugs.
Yes.
You're not saying anything controversial here.
I smoked dope on camera.
Well, Jim, he thinks he is. I mean, after all, he was the one who asked, "Is it legal to smoke weed on YouTube camera?"
Suck a dick already. Nobody likes you.
I thought that was hilarious. Why would we care if it's legal or not?
Hey! Nobody likes you. Shut up.
Okay, I know. I found that out Sunday.
You're making it hard for me to live.
Good.
Anyways, back on point here. Now, one of the most sinister stories of the past year was hardly even reported. In September, German Chancellor Merkel met Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook at a UN Development Summit in New York. As they sat down, Chancellor Merkel's microphone, still on, recorded Merkel asking Zuckerberg what could be done to stop the anti-immigration postings being written on Facebook.
Everything.
She asked if it was something he was working on, and he assured her it was. Keep in mind that these are mostly in response to the fucking groping and attempted rape shit that happened on New Year's.
In all technicality, since this isn't a taxpayer-funded site, they can literally censor whoever the fuck they want to. Just saying, they can legally do
They
that.
can do that, but they better be willing to accept the consequences, which
Well,
is
yeah, but when
people
people say,
leaving this.
Facebook can't do that, that's illegal, ah! No, Facebook
Well,
can.
no, we're not saying it's legal or illegal. That's not the point.
The point is showing that it's fucking underhanded.
There's a difference between legality and good taste.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never argued for legal. Yes, I'm going to argue if something's legal or illegal. Knowing my past, I'm going to argue that.
Just imagine if Facebook was actually taxpayer funded.
Yes, but
Then we get force-fed fucking government propaganda from here to eternity, worse than what we already are.
But my joke was because I've never cared if something's illegal. I don't care if it's legal or illegal. What I'm saying is it's a dirty, dishonest thing. As far as the immigrant, see, it's kind of a thin edge because you don't want people to stoke up fires with no cause, but you don't want to.
Well, the whole thing with that entire grouping incident, most of it seems to be more a push for fucking a mass robbery attempt. Because a lot of people that were fucking grouped and fucking almost raped had their shit taken.
I was fucking groped
and this is pretty typical of your fucking organized crime groups trying to muscle in on fucking disenfranchised areas where it's poor and shit. Much like refugee camps. They're fucking poor and broke usually.
Yep.
So if they muscle in, they recruit people, go out and steal for us. Here's a great trick to do so.
Yep.
Dude.
Bunch of cunts.
A little bit of a breaking interlude here. PTR officially has one PTR episode over 100 views.
Yeah, we know, episode 7. I knew that 6 months ago.
And Raping the Internet has 133.
That's sad because that was a shit episode.
I really don't care.
Yeah, I don't either.
Anyways, at the time, perhaps the most revealing aspect of this exchange was that the German Chancellor, at the very moment that her country was going through one of the most significant events in its post-war history, should have been spending any time worrying about how to stop public dislike of her policies being vented on social media. But now it appears that the discussion yielded consequential results. Last month, Facebook launched what it called an Initiative for Social Courage Online, the aim of which, it claims, is to remove hate speech from Facebook, specifically by removing comments that promote xenophobia.
There are ways to get people to not be xenophobic. I mean, I fought this battle because I live in America, and America is very isolationist. Whenever I talk about Europe, a lot of people look at me blankly, so I've had to fight this battle because, well, but just removing comments isn't going to.
Removing comments is actually going to promote xenophobia to the extreme. We're going to see a lot more shit flare up if people can't sit there and debate the points.
Well, either that or they'll just go to another site. I mean, there's other sites, lesser-known sites, that welcome it. I mean, there's vContact from Russia, which I love because they host RAR files of new releases. Thank you, vContact. And shit like so. There's other sites. I mean, Facebook may be the biggest right now, but it's not the only social network out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the easiest to use. I found. I hate Google Plus. I find the layout annoying.
Yeah, Google Plus is like a fucking.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
I use it for Hangouts because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to do a show.
Yeah, that fucking sucks, by the way. You can use fucking Hangouts, but I get to start a Hangout on air, and it says verify your channel. I click verify, and it says your account is already verified. It won't let me fucking do a Hangout. So this Google Chinwags is pretty much a
Are
dead.
you going to Google or YouTube Upload?
I go to Google, and
Go.
I will literally try to do it right fucking now, just to.
No. Go to YouTube and click on Upload and click on Live Dashboard. That usually works. But anyway, that's
I'm
neither here nor there right now.
Facebook is working with a unit of the publisher Bertelsmann, which aims to identify and then erase racist posts from the site. The work is intended particularly to focus on Facebook users in Germany. At the launch of the new initiative, Facebook's chief operating officer, Sheryl Sandberg, explained that hate speech has no place in our society, not even on the internet. She went on to say, Facebook is not a place for the dissemination of hate speech or incitement to violence.
Incitement to violence, I would agree with. So-called hate speech, I think, has a place because it's about freedom of speech. I've never... I disagree with a lot of what they say, but then again, I also disagree with people who post Justin Bieber. Would I ban Justin Bieber from the... Actually, yes, I would.
It's a live streaming. Set up your channel and stream live to your fans. I hate get started.
Now's not the time to do this. We'll do this after.
No, we're not going to care about it till after the show.
Yeah, you need to. We're much more professional since you've last joined.
Okay. I didn't know that.
You're throwing us off entirely every 5 seconds.
Good.
Well, you need to fucking listen to these. Anyway.
Of course, Facebook can do what it likes on its own website. What is troubling is what this organization of effort and muddled thinking reveals about what is going on in Europe.
Well, it's not just Europe, it's also America. I mean, see, the thing is, they keep talking about this shit in Europe, and you keep talking about this shit in Europe and Sweden and whatever. The people I know in Europe don't see it like that. And they say, basically, you're overreacting. And they have explained it in a way that's a lot more rational. So I think I don't know what the truth is, so I'm going to keep an open mind or whatever. Because the Europeans seem to think that a lot of it is us not understanding and overreacting.
The whole thing is counterpoint, and then
it could be true.
Well, you have to sit there and remember there's point, counterpoint, and then you assess your own opinion depending upon the sides you've imbibed.
Well, I mean, they agree, but at the same time they say, look, the language in this is worded as such, and they provided some interesting arguments. I'll dig them out for you because I think you'd be interested to read them.
Yes, I would.
But a lot of times they say...
We'll do that later. I'd love to read those, though.
Obviously. Yeah, a lot of times they say, look, they make great points, but it's more like this, and I'm like, okay, I see. So... And plus, a lot of people in Europe aren't, that I know at least. Maybe I just know all the cool people. I don't know.
Maybe you do. You haven't bumped into too many bitches.
I bumped into you.
No, I'm an asshole, so.
You're an asshole and a bitch.
Yeah. I'm a unique breed. Maybe. Anyways.
No.
The mass movement of millions of people from across Africa, the Middle East, and even further afield into Europe has happened in record time and is a huge event in its history. As events in Paris, Cologne, and Sweden have shown, it is also by no means a series of events with only positive connotations.
Well, I mean, you're going to have negative things in everything. I mean, Sweden got shit for turning people away, but at the same time, you've got to realize that you've got to take as many people as you can support and sustain also with your own people. I mean, yes, we'd all love to open up the borders and let everyone in, but at the same time, you've got to look at the cold hard facts.
How much can you support, and how do you filter out the whack jobs that are just gonna fucking blow shit up, stab people in schools, or do whatever?
Unfortunately, you can't really filter them out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good, Monster.
Anyways, as well as being fearful of the security implications of allowing in millions of people whose identities, beliefs, and intentions are unknown and, in such large numbers, unknowable, many Europeans are deeply concerned that this movement heralds an irreversible alteration in the fabric of their society. Many Europeans do not want to become a melting pot for the Middle East and Africa, but want to retain something of their own identities and traditions. Apparently, it is not just a minority who feel concern about this. Poll after poll shows a significant majority of the public in each and every European country opposed to immigration at anything like the current rate. Keep in mind the current rate is fucking staggering because they want to open the floodgates because there's a lot of bad shit going on. So yeah, you want to help people, but at the same time, how much are you going to hurt yourself in the process?
And by the way, by the way, people, the whole tradition thing, that doesn't mean all foreigners out. That just means that, Europe has always had a rich tradition,
And each country has its own identity, usually.
And, that doesn't, that's why integration is a good thing. Keep your own culture, but also check out what we have.
Okay, the sinister thing about what Facebook is doing is that it is now removing speech that presumably almost everyone might consider racist, along with speech that only someone at Facebook decides is racist. And it just so happens to turn out that, lo and behold, this idea of racist speech appears to include anything critical of the EU's current catastrophic immigration policy. That'd be a better word if it was a criticism of a government body such as the EU. But still, they do fucking censor a lot of shit.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be a backlash.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
By deciding that xenophobic comment in reaction to the crisis is also racist, Facebook has made the view of the majority of the European people who, it must be stressed, are opposed to Chancellor Merkel's policies into racist views, is also condemning the majority of Europeans as racist. This is a policy that will do its part in pushing Europe into a disastrous future.
Or it could be much ado about nothing.
It's a possibility, or it could project things into a better future. We don't know.
I'm just leaving all those options because I don't want to be a fearmonger.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many of these that are, that we got freaked out over, and what's happened? Jack shit.
Yeah, it happens.
So it is worth talking. I'm not saying it's not worth documenting, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be ultra super duper worried about it because, as I said,
see, I
maybe
just
there'll
like
be a
to keep
backlash.
a little bit of worry about it and trying to keep the torches burning so that there will be backlash.
Torches are fun to set people on fire with.
Mm-hmm. Because even if some of the speech Facebook is so scared of is in some ways xenophobic, there are deep questions as to why such speech should be banned. In lieu of violence, speech is one of the best ways for people to vent their feelings and frustrations. Remove the right to speak about your frustrations, and only violence is left.
But still, Facebook is not the only social network. It's not the only website in the world. They'll just go somewhere else. I mean, if you are so weak that after being deleted from Facebook, you go into pure violence, you don't deserve to live.
Yeah. At the same token, it's happening in a multitude of sites, including Twitter, and things are just going down the hill. And if things continue, a lot of places are going to be shaken up and fucking dismantled, because there will be mass exoduses to other places.
Which will be fun to watch.
I mean, hell, Twitter's already going down in a shitstorm. Their
Is
market
it?
shares are dipping like fucking insane.
Finally, I've been waiting for it to collapse. I mean, I joined Twitter basically just to know what's going on in the world of racing because you get racing updates and that's cool. But as far as like people and shit, it doesn't do it. I like Facebook because 140 characters is not that. Although Twitter said they're going to remove that.
Yeah, but then you have the flip side of it where they're actually hiring people that are 100% pro censorship to go on and stop cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying is a myth. Although
Click the block button and leave it be.
Mason is a result of cyberbullying, so maybe that is an issue.
Nah, no.
Stop cyberbullying will create less Masons.
Nah. I think it's because he believes in cyberbullying.
No, that's how he got his anti-elitist thing, is because people made fun of him for his music, so he went on this whole crusade that I'd like to think I stopped him.
And you make fun of me for my music all the time. See the difference here?
Yeah, but you're not over-emotional and retarded. He's autistic or something, I don't remember.
Anyways, Weimar, Germany, which I probably butchered.
Weimar.
Weimar, okay, there we go.
Weimar Deutschland.
To give just one example, was replete with hate speech laws intended to limit speech the state did not like. These laws did nothing whatsoever to limit the rise of extremism. It only made martyrs out of those who pursued and persuaded an even larger number of people that the time for talking was over. So
the time for taking is over.
Yeah, the time for talking is over.
Yeah, it's just there are no ways you can police speech.
And to be honest, for what I've heard, but this is back in the 90s and coming from skinheads, so I take this with a bit of salt. But what I heard was that the fucking neo-Nazi problem in Germany is far worse than what people actually want people to believe.
No, no, the neo-Nazi problem in Germany, it's not even really a problem. I mean, it got kind of scary there for a while because they actually had some sort of political power, but it wasn't as bad as people thought, or it wasn't as big as the skinheads would like you to believe.
Okay.
It had some sort of power at some point in time, but everyone was afraid of it. But it was mainly just a few, I mean, there are neo-Nazis in Sweden and everywhere, so.
Yeah.
Poland was actually where most of the neo-Nazi bands were from, which I think is funny considering how Hitler loved Poland. Not.
Yeah. The sinister reality of a society in which the expression of majority opinion is being turned into a crime has already been seen across Europe. Just last week, reports from the Netherlands told of Dutch citizens being visited by the police and warned about posting anti-mass immigration sentiments on Twitter and other social media.
Yeah.
In this toxic mix, Facebook now, knowingly or unknowingly, played its part. The lid is being put on the pressure cooker at precisely the moment that the heat is being turned up. The true initiative for civil courage would explain to both Merkel and Zuckerberg that their policy can only have one possible result.
Once again, it could have about five or six possible results, honestly.
Yeah. It's still something to keep an eye on, but...
And how are they going to enforce it? Is this just all show? Are they actually deleting comments? Give me examples. Or is this all show? Is this all show? I mean, I think they'll find it unenforceable, to tell you the truth. Because you'd have to vet everyone's post. I mean...
Yeah, but they'll search for certain key phrases and it'll be bot operated. And then people that are just fucking saying, hey, look, this person's wrong because they said boop, and they're gone. Someone that actually agrees with the sentiment, just quoting someone else will get zapped.
I probably fucked because I like Bound for Glory's Facebook page.
Oops.
the real Minnesota Vikings. Because they're from Minnesota and they talk about Vikings.
Yeah. Well, here's a new one. Is a GOP crack-up beginning?
I hope so, because I want to see that. Oh yeah, tomorrow's Super Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. What began as the faintest murmur of sedition is becoming a clarion call. The closer the Republican Party gets to nominating Donald Trump, the more its stalwart members, adherents to the animating philosophy of conservatism that has for generations served as the party's foundation, ponder their futures in exile.
See, if they nominate Trump...
We're dead.
No, we're not.
Oh my god.
I know. Calm the fuck down.
No, you don't. If they nominate Trump, there will be a palace revolt, and the Republicans will probably split off and form a new party.
Which will be fun.
And thus lose the election.
Yeah.
If they don't nominate Trump, Trump will run as an independent, thus dividing the Republican Party as Ross Perot did and other people, and losing the election. In my opinion, the Republicans are damned whatever they do. I mean, I don't see them winning the election this year.
These are not the movement's zealous agitators, beholden to no constituency. The party's leaders, its elected officials, and its elder statesmen are contemplating civil war, even if that means their permanent marginalization.
Only one I don't want to see in the office is fucking Hillary. She's like a goddamn cyborg in human disguise.
She's gonna be the one. Sorry.
Yeah. She's gonna be the one, and we're gonna be fucked in all ways, shapes, and forms.
Hard to say, Annika?
This is probably gonna get some dislikes on this channel, but I'd rather have Trump than Hillary. She is a fucking cyborg. She is not human. That bitch
No, she's human.
She's like the motherfucking worst female version of Mitt Romney.
I'd rather have Hillary than Trump, but I'd rather have...
And I'm not talking about you two. Anybody watching this, can you really sit there with a straight face and say, Hillary's a Democrat? She really stands for the right things.
Yes, Hillary is a Democrat.
Yeah, registered that way, but...
The Democrats have changed. But as I was saying, the thing is that Trump doesn't scare me, his fans scare me. But I don't see the Republicans winning the election because either way they're divided. Unless the Republicans are really willing to suck it up and vote for Trump. And I don't think these people are willing to do it.
Yeah.
So either they'll marginalize themselves and their party by splitting off, and thus, dividing the party, or they'll nominate someone else and Trump will be an independent, and of course take votes. It's so yeah, President Hillary Clinton 2016, unfortunately, but
I don't think
'Cause
so.
that's where the money is.
people still think Bernie Sanders has a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
like the guy, but I don't think sorry,
No, I personally do believe. I don't think Bernie or Hillary in either. I think it's gonna be fucking Trump. It's either.
how? I mean, because like I said, either way, the Republicans are going to be divided as hell, and they're not going to vote for Trump. They're going to vote for someone else.
What the
And
fuck else do they have?
the Republicans will form another party, or they'll have an independent. Someone will run as an independent, like
If you're
Cruz.
referring to Ben Carson or Ted Cruz, you're fucking smoking dope.
You're not getting what I'm saying, though. Cruz or Carson will run as an independent. Okay, that's my prediction, and therefore, you don't study American politics like I do. Remember Ross Perot, Jim?
mm-hmm.
Remember Ross Perot dividing the Republicans
Yeah.
and therefore costing them the election in '92.
Yeah.
That's what's
I
going
was
to
alive
happen.
for that.
That's what's going to happen this year. Is whatever happens, someone will divide the Republicans because of Trump and cost the election.
Yeah, I remember that was we were fucking holding mock elections in high school. I was only like, I think 16 at the time, so I couldn't vote.
Yeah.
But like, I forget who the hell won our mock school election for who was going to be president and all that. And
See, I always thought the only thing Ross Perot ever proved was that the flying saucer did crash in Roswell and the alien still walks amongst us.
yeah.
But I mean, I've been interested in politics since I was about 12, so I've been studying this, and like I said, I can't see unless the Republicans are willing to suck it up and vote for Trump, which I don't. Like I said, I don't think they are. I just don't see how they can win. Maybe you know something I don't.
My
I don't
problem is
know.
I don't really pay much attention to American politics. I pay attention to Chinese politics, the country that I'm not even moving to. It's just more interesting.
So you're saying making predictions, even though
No, I pay enough attention to have an idea, but I don't study into it because it's just not interesting to me.
and Chinese politics can go fuck themselves because they're a bunch of Asians.
Yay.
And here's the other
I
thing.
was going to say communists, but okay.
Here's the other thing, Jim. No, I just want to get as many people annoyed as possible. I'm just. Here's the other thing, Jim. Or the Republicans will vote for Libertarian, or some other ultra right-wing party. Like I said, there's going to be a schism, and it's going to cost them a lot of votes. I mean, and I'm not saying this as someone who necessarily cares who wins, the Republicans or Democrats. I'm saying this as a casual observer because I like I said, I don't think they have a chance.
Anyways, something changed in the tone of the party's anti-Trump wing over the weekend. Endorsed on Friday by Chris Christie, the former chairman of the Republican Governors Association, and longtime Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions, the reality television host who once seemed anathema to the conservative movement, has achieved a new level of legitimacy. Those paradigm-shifting endorsements prompted more than a handful of conservatives to rally around a Twitter hashtag declaring their intention never to support Trump under any circumstances, even if he becomes the party's presidential nominee.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Dance, monkeys, dance.
So the self-made man's not really shit after all then?
What's that?
So the self-made man isn't really shit to worry about then? Fuck!
He's not self-made though.
I know, that's why I said self-made man.
But
everybody says he's self-made.
But that's not the point. The
Can we just
point
have
is that
okay, you know what? Fuck it.
The,
Can we
the
just have
po-
Obama another round? Can we just do that? That'd be
no. Oh my God. Fuck no.
better than
what does he
No.
want to
Hillary.
do? Wait. I was trying to say, what does he want to do?
Can we just have
He-
Obama for a third round? That work?
No.
No.
Better than Hillary,
Oh God, no.
maybe. Perhaps.
No.
Hillary, whatever. I don't care about Hillary. I mean, I just she's not my pick. But we've dealt with Clintons before. I mean, whoever's going to win isn't my pick. Okay. So I don't care. It's. I'm going to vote for who I'm going to vote for as a protest vote, as I've done. But whatever way, the country's still going to exist, and it's still going to be sliding towards whatever it's sliding towards. I don't think Obama will be better than Hillary. I think Hillary and Obama are about the same.
The funniest part of this whole fucking election is, and you see this every fucking election, is if Trump wins, I'm moving out of the fucking country. I'm going to Canada.
Yeah, we see it every year.
Yeah, whatever. Moving right along from the idiocy. How much of this can be dismissed as emotions running hot amid the incandescent passions of a primary race?
That's the GOP's biggest hope, that its emotions running hot, because, as I've said before, you don't want a party schism.
Surely some, if history is any guide, and it must be said that she has been woefully misleading this cycle, the hard feelings of the primary will subside when the general election begins. In the past, the nominating convention serves to unify the party elites and the vast majority of its voters around even a flawed nominee. The Republican Party's elected officials, particularly those seeking re-election, are usually compelled out of necessity to embrace the top of the ticket. Even if that's for self-preservation, it is a phenomenon that forces discipline within the ranks. Something different is happening here. It is easy to dismiss enthusiastic band of conservative organizers who pledge to form the vanguard of an underground anti-Trump resistance movement. Harder to disregard are Republican Party elites who are also preparing for the worst.
Like I said, I'm. Their biggest hope is that it's just hard feelings, because if it isn't, they're fucked.
The backlash against the party's own voters spans the ideological spectrum of the GOP's coalition in the federal legislature. You've got to consider him the favorite at this stage, so it's concerning. It may lead to realignment of the two parties, said the rigidly libertarian Michigan Representative Justin Amash, who declared that he would not support... what the fuck's going on?
What?
Is that Anarcha scratching?
No,
It's not me.
I'm not doing anything. My mic was muted.
It's
No,
not
it
me.
wasn't.
I'm sitting.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sitting. Listening to you
Anyways,
talk about libertarians.
Yeah. If Trump becomes the Republican nominee, my expectation is that I'll look for some third candidate, a conservative option, a constitutionalist, declared loyal conservative Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse.
Well, like I said,
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has given his members the green light to do whatever they need to in order to preserve their position if Trump becomes the nominee, up to and including campaigning against him. We'll drop him like a hot rock, said McConnell of the GOP frontrunner. He cited as...
I hope this happens. I mean, like I said, I have no faith in the Democrats, but I like to see an entertaining shit show.
Yeah, watch it all look away.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Sanders has no chance in hell. Uh, which doesn't really mean he didn't make a difference, to be honest, because at least he showed that people are fed up with Hillary's bullshit and the mainstream Democrats' bullshit. So that's always good. Uh, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I want to see them divide themselves, or will they? Or will they just suck it up and vote for Trump?
Anyways, he cited as precedent the 1996 presidential campaign, where the outcome was never truly in doubt, and the Republican Party's Senate majority ran successfully on the necessity of divided government. Resigned to a loss at the top of the ticket, the New York Times reported that the congressional GOP is laying the groundwork to run in 2016 as a check on... Mute your damn mic.
Sorry.
Yeah, why do you keep unmuting yourself just to move
I'm
your
not fucking
microphone?
unmuting it. I'm having issues.
God, after we stepped up the game, he goes and ruins it.
Yeah.
Resigned to a loss at the top of the ticket, the New York Times reported that the congressional GOP is laying the groundwork to run in 2016 as a check on the inevitable 45th President of the United States, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. Anyone who thinks that Hillary isn't president, it won't be president, you're either really idealistic or you think that, like I said, the Republicans are going to suck it up and vote for Trump. But they haven't before. Like as they said, they didn't vote for Bob Dole. Okay, Bob Dole was what was his name, Mr. Deadlock or whatever. He was too much of an asshole for the Republicans. So they pretty much said, "Oh, fuck that," and as there are many other posts than the president. There's the Senate. There's the Senate. There's the Senate's where the power happens. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if people conspired against and basically said, "Nope," and just voted for anyone else. But yeah, we'll have to deal with another Clinton. But whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yay.
President doesn't run the country.
We might actually see an assassination this time.
Nah, people say that with Obama, but the
Oh,
president
I
doesn't.
knew it wasn't going to happen with Obama. The fucking KKK loved him.
The president doesn't really run the country.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he won't.
Or she.
He will. Haha.
Whatever. This is not a tantrum. It is the cold-eyed reality of a political party that is staring its own revolutionary redefinition in the face. It's the form of an open letter appeal to Republican National Committee chairman to cut Trump loose from the party.
Trump did something great, which was basically throw the shit in their faces that they had been preaching for so long about everything. Trump, but they did it, very subtly. Trump opens it up, and they're like, "Oh shit, we really have gone down the crazy hole." Because Trump is very public with his,
Yeah.
beliefs, and the Republicans are a little more secretive. So he's more public, and they're like, "Wait a minute, I think we've gone a little bit too far this time."
That's the reason Scott likes him so fucking much.
No, that's not why Scott likes him so much. Scott likes him so much because he's hilarious.
That's a terrible reason.
That's a great reason, because we're going to be entertained.
Yes, because Trump
All
won't be
fucking
president.
descending and further into a shithole until societal collapse happens.
And as Jim said countless times, the reason Trump's so popular is because people,
are sick and fed up of the whole entire everyone's so easily offended fucking culture that we are fucking in right now, that you can't get a word in edgewise. So of course there's going to be a lot of people supporting that. just to fucking throw shit in people's faces for fucking not letting them speak their minds.
Yeah, Scott doesn't like Trump. He likes Trump because he thinks he's hilarious and because he thinks on some level he's a breath of fresh air. I disagree with Scott on a lot of things, but I do think Trump was hilarious until until it got predictable. I mean, it was hilarious the first 2 times. Now it's just like, yeah, okay, he's going to say something outrageous. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Ricochet's John Gabriel noted the many ways in which the Republican Party would be forced by a Trump nomination to preside over its own suicide. The GOP's down-ballot candidates would have to defend a candidate who has embraced torture for its cathartic effects and has endorsed the commitment of war crimes.
I want to hear the mainstream Republican Party endorse it.
Yeah.
Fuck me. No, seriously, fuck me. Oh.
No.
Not you.
Okay. They would have to support the Trump conceit that George W. Bush intentionally lied the nation into the Iraq War and declined to prevent the 9/11 attacks. The party of Trump would be the one that supports individual mandates to patronize private companies like health insurers, opposite equitable global commerce, and backs reckless trade wars with its most valued partners. It would be a party that declared...
God, this is great.
It would be a party that declares Hispanic immigrants rapists and is suspicious of foreign, naturalized, and native-born Muslims. It would be a party that rallies towards a figure that advocates the crushing of dissent and flirts with political violence toward that end. It would be a party that subtly nods toward rather than disavows anti-Semitism and anti-black bigotry, and which brings those distasteful elements out of the shadows. It would be a party that reverts to a status quo and to Goldwater. It would be a rump.
Yeah, but Goldwater later regretted a lot of what he helped set up. Goldwater in his later life really regretted he died in '98, so he regretted what the Republican Party had become.
It would be a rump party, and its members would be cut loose. It's every man and woman for himself. If there is a crack-up of the GOP, however, it would likely only result in a splinter movement. The hyper-partisanship of the present era, of the present era would
partisanship,
would likely corral most traditionally Republican and Democratic voters into respective camps by November. A splinter group's stated goal might be to prevent Trump from winning the White House, or perhaps even to field an alternative candidate in the few states where there is still enough time to get a conservative on the ballot that might prevent any candidate from securing 270 electoral votes. These hopes are likely illusionary. The most successful outcome of a splinter movement could hope for would be to prevent the unification of the GOP and hand Hillary Clinton a victory. That outcome has not yet been endorsed by any of the party's willing mutineers, but those are terms with which they must resign themselves sooner or later if they are to pursue a revolutionary course.
Well, yeah, okay, so you let Hillary win the presidency, then you take over the Senate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Will they? I mean, you know how much they love Hillary for whatever reason. I guess they need a easily defeated boogie woman, even though she, given a couple, decades, she would have probably been a Republican. A couple decades in the past, but apparently now
Yeah.
she's an ultra liberal feminist, or not you know what I mean.
Yeah, she's whatever she needs to be in order to get the votes.
Well, no, I mean according to the Republican logic, she's an ultra liberal communist.
Yay, communist. Suck my balls.
Shut up.
And finally, Fire names 10 worst colleges in America for freedom of speech.
Yay, I didn't go to any of them.
Yay. Anyone thinking about going to colleges? You may wish to avoid these places.
Anyone who thinks about going to colleges, remember, student loans suck.
Yes. True.
That's why I didn't go to college.
Uh-huh. I'll attest to that because my fucking income tax return's still being zapped for that. Anyway, the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education has released a list of the year's worst colleges and universities when it comes to free speech. Public institutions of higher learning are generally bound by the First Amendment, and many private institutions pledge to uphold it. However, both often fall short, especially in this climate. Oh, God, that happened. Okay.
What happened? What happened?
What the fuck's going on? There we go.
What?
There's something on my end. They had fucking Audible ads. These fuckers are retards.
Oh, yeah, we can't hear them.
Good thing you didn't.
Whatever.
Although those of us who have worked for years on the front lines defending freedom of speech on campus think the media was a little late to the story, we can all agree that last year was an especially contentious one, said Greg Lukianoff, the president and CEO of FIRE. While some students filed lawsuits to fight campus free speech zones, others demanded new restrictive campus speech codes. Some campuses renewed their commitments to freedom of speech, while others backpedaled. Fuck. How much did we fucking see? Shit.
Let's just see what the list is.
Yeah, I know. Gathered below are the 10 worst colleges for freedom of speech according to FIRE, plus 5 others identified as dishonorable mentions.
Dishonorable is the most fun mentions.
Yep. Mount St. Mary's University.
Oh, look, a Christian college.
This month, a tenured professor and student newspaper's faculty advisor were both fired during a scandal involving first-year university president Simon P. Newman. Newman was quoted in the school newspaper discussing a controversial student retention strategy. This is hard for you because you think of the students as cuddly bunnies, but you can't. You just have to drown the bunnies. Put a Glock to their heads. That's good.
Oh, yeah, I saw this today, and I didn't really care. I was called much worse as a freshman or whatever in high school. I was called a low-down piece of shit.
Those who denounced Newman soon found themselves out of a job. Northwestern University.
I think I might have heard something about this, but I don't know. Read the story, dude.
Professor Laura Kipnis recently found herself the subject of a Title IX investigation for an essay critical of its over-enforcement. The investigation lasted 70 days, and Kipnis wasn't given full due process as she wasn't allowed to review evidence submitted against her. I remember that. I think we even read an article on that.
Good, no one should be allowed to review evidence submitted against them. They're all guilty, every single one of them. Unless it's me, then I'm innocent.
Unfortunately, you wouldn't be allowed to do your own shit because,
But shut up, I'm innocent. There's always a double standard when it comes to me.
Go fuck yourself.
I don't think you have it.
Louisiana State University.
Well, it's Louisiana. What do you expect?
Tenured Louisiana State University professor Teresa Bachman was fired for allegedly using occasional profanity.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. The university construed the language as sexual harassment. However, no student ever accused her of such.
Eat my ass. What are you talking about?
A faculty panel unanimously declined to fire her, however. Top administrators overruled them. Buchanan filed a suit against the university on January 20th for a violation of her First Amendment rights. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
It's a college. They're all adults, okay? In high school, you should be allowed to... In high school, they started using profanity, okay? In 11th and 12th grade, they started using, open profanity. Because we could take it. In college, they're adults. Oh, my fucking God.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Set people on fire, it'll be better.
Next.
University of California, San Diego.
What do you expect in San Diego? I mean, fuck, have you ever been to San Diego? It's fucking rich people.
Yeah. I've never been there, but I keep hearing it.
It's a nice place. San Diego's a very nice place with very annoying people.
Yeah, just surfers and shit. It's the
well, that's just
San Diego is like the
it's just really
Sacramento.
Okay, you actually
it's
said
just really expensive.
Well,
no,
let
San
me get to
Francisco's
the
worse,
point.
but it's just really
I said Sacramento.
fucking expensive, and I know I said San Francisco.
Oh.
It's just expensive as hell, and a lot of yuppies live there. But if you actually like the beach and shit, it's actually really nice to go there.
Beaches are nice, yes.
Don't care about the beaches.
Fuck you then.
Jay, you fucking political bastard.
Yeah, fuck you then.
In November, the university's student government voted to cut funding for all student media in an effort to censor The Koala, a satire publication that mocked so-called safe spaces.
Safe space.
Yeah, you shit on safe spaces, you get cut funding. After weeks of controversy, the government voted to restore funding. Probably after being shit on.
As I've said, if you want a safe space, stay in your home. Don't invite anyone in. When you go out in public, I don't care how you are. There should be no such thing as safe spaces. Your beliefs should always be challenged. Your conceptions should always be challenged. Every step you take. If you want a safe space, go to your home. Go to bed.
People should respect me anywhere. I am entitled.
No one respects anyone anywhere. No one's entitled. I don't care if you're, a Jew and you only want to talk to Jews. You should still be challenged.
I'm special, though.
Anyways, on to the next one. St. Mary's University of Minnesota.
Another St. Mary's. Nice, loving Christians right there.
Classics adjunct professor Dave Hillman was fired after translating and staging Seneca's Medea play with the drama department, wherein cast members pointed phallus-shaped objects called fascina.
Yeah, whatever. No one
Called
cares.
something. at the audience,
Assassina, whatever.
as was done in ancient times. The official reason for Hillman's firing was unclear, as the university has repeatedly refused to explain it, even after the American Association of University Professors called for a fair hearing. He pointed something that looked almost vaguely like a penis at people. Ooh, scary.
And it's a classic. And it's a classic text.
Cat. Look at that shit.
Yeah, it's
No,
classic
we don't care about
text.
creationist cat.
Anarcha had it right there.
Yeah.
It's a classic text. It's... Fuck.
It's written in a different time where there were different customs.
Well, I don't even give a shit about different customs, different time. It's you know, whatever. They translated it and performed it. It's a classic text that should fucking... and plus it's a play that should excuse it. If you can't deal with the fact that a play may challenge notions, ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Can't
I don't like people.
Next one, University of Oklahoma.
It's Oklahoma. What do you expect? Bunch of Midwesterners.
Why do so many fucking religious schools have the most generic fucking names? I mean, I know that's all from the fucking Bible, but for fuck's sake, if I owned a fucking school like that, I'd name it something badass. And not
The University of
something
Oklahoma, I don't think is religious.
No, I mean like Saint Mary, Saint this, Saint that, new religion we get. What?
We
Well,
already...
because-
Another person needs executed. Anyway.
Do it, baby.
University of Oklahoma. After two Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity members were seen in a video leading a racist chant, President David Bowen unilaterally expelled them, a violation of their free speech rights. The Supreme Court has made it clear that unsavory speech, including racist speech, is protected by the First Amendment.
Oh, no. They hurt my feelings, so they don't get to say their ignorant bullshit. Who cares?
Yeah, that's exactly what the fucking university pulled, and that's why they're being cited for this shit.
I want my safe space.
Set people on fire. That's as safe as you can be.
PTR is the unsafe space.
Yeah, this is Elliot's safe space. You cannot make fun of Elliot at all, or
Elliot
mention
is God.
or mention how blind he is. Okay?
Everyone should know this is. If you don't make fun of Elliot,
or how fat he is. Or how fat he is. He is a fat son of a bitch. You are fat, Elliot.
Stupid.
I have seen your face, man. You are a fat piece of flatness garbage. I would be, if you were on fire, I wouldn't even piss on you to like
Next.
save your life.
Anyways, we're continuing on with the story. Next one is Marquette University.
No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Elliot.
Don't give a shit. Next one is Marquette
don't
Keep
University.
reading.
Marquette University, where Professor John McAdams was fired after sticking up for free speech rights of a student who expressed opinions against same-sex marriage during a class discussion. He was not given any due process and was labeled a threat to campus safety. Yeah.
Those dangerous fags. Damn them.
No, he was dangerous
Well, I mean,
for
I
being
would-
anti-fag. Oh my God, he's such a danger. Because he's expressing his
he
opinion.
said he was sticking up. No. You guys are missing it. He was sticking up for the people's right to say it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what
That's
made
something
him
I would even
dangerous.
do.
Actually, I'm gonna fucking
Even
say
if
on my-
I
Go ahead.
would even... What?
I was going to say, a lot of people on fucking Reddit and other side of shit that censoring people's fucking stupid video. I got so much shit for that. I mean, they didn't fucking say it on YouTube, but on Reddit and fucking Tumblr, like, no, we are not gonna fucking tolerate it when people are gonna be fucking fascists and all that. We're not gonna tolerate it by letting them say that shit. They're just gonna... I'm like, no, you're just putting earplugs in. You want to get rid of it, talk to them.
I'm not gonna lie. I drifted in and out of what you were saying.
I made a video
Yeah,
about
because he doesn't know how to make his point in short sentences.
I made a video call about censoring people's speech and how fucking
He's
stupid.
very.
Okay, we get it. You're a victim of
And he doesn't-
SJWs, okay?
Yeah,
You're a
we're
Yeah.
trying to
survivor.
finish the fucking story. Could you guys stop interrupting, please?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it going. Keep talking.
Stay on topic. Don't pull an anarcha.
Fuck you.
The next one is Colorado College. After admitting to making a racial joke on the anonymous social media app Yik Yak, administrator suspended student Thaddeus Pryor for 21 months. The suspension was reduced, but not nixed altogether after a plea from fire.
My question is, why would you admit to making any jokes? I make jokes anonymously, so I don't have to admit it. By the way, Jim, your post is your picture of the Jim with the bird, the crowd, the swastika, got me in a lot of shit on Metal Tracker.
Oh, good.
With people going, why are you? What is this, a Nazi apology thing? And I had to explain just so I can keep my account because you can't download if you don't have an account. Yeah, I pussied out. Fuck you.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
I kind of need it.
That's what you get for weeding out.
Pussies.
But no, I just had to kind of explain what it was supposed to do.
No
By that, it
excuses
offend people.
ever.
And and they were like, oh, okay, we get it.
James,
We just didn't really know what it
more of
was.
this story.
Next one is University of Tulsa.
Another one in Oklahoma.
Mhm. Student George Trey Barnett was suspended after his future husband criticized another student and 2 faculty members on Facebook. His husband submitted a sworn affidavit saying he was the sole author of the posts, but Barnett received the punishment. Barnett filed a lawsuit against the university in January. So not only are students not allowed to fucking say shit, but anyone associated with the
People
student.
they're in love with, their significant others aren't either.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
guilt by association. I thought that was something we were trying to abolish.
No, they want to keep it going.
Yeah. Next one is Wesleyan University. After campus newspaper, the Wesleyan Argus, published a student column critical of the Black Lives Matter movement, the student government voted for a measure that could revoke more than half of its budget. So you can't criticize anything that they don't want you to disagree with.
No, well, that's the problem with having uptight students is the government. That's why I need to be the government of a college, a dictatorship ruled by me and you, because you seem level-headed, and by that I mean kill everyone.
I mean, if you can't stand to have your ideas criticized, I mean, you don't even deserve to be in academia. I mean, what the hell are you even talking about?
Unfortunately, if you don't deserve, if you can't stand to have your ideas
And I
criticized,
actually support Black Lives Matter in a fucked up way. Excuse me.
unfortunately, it's gotten so bad. If you can't stand being criticized, you belong in academia.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't it all be common sense, though?
Nope.
Why not?
Common sense, what the fuck's that? These people don't know it.
I mean, I've always thought, if you say something, people should be able to refute it no matter what.
Yeah, that's the way it should work, but it's not working that way because people are pussies.
95% of the social issues we all argue about are kind of common sense, to quote Henry Rollins. This is shit we used to argue about in the sandbox when we were toddlers, not what we should be really focusing on right now.
To quote
Dude,
Henry Rollins,
you lost me at vagina. Did you say vagina?
To quote Henry Rollins, I'm a football jock. Anyway, next thing.
Next one is Yale University.
Oh, fantastic.
Ivy League.
Mm-hmm. In December, professors Erica and Nicholas Christakis announced they will not be teaching after students rallied against their questioning of the university's role in dictating what sort of Halloween costumes are appropriate for students. Oh, fuck.
You alright there?
Fuck.
Get a lozenge, dude.
I think we killed him. Turn off your TV. Fuck.
I don't have a TV on.
No, Wolf King. We can hear it through the
Shut
background.
up. Shut up about that.
The university administration did not violate their free speech rights, but a student mob literally surrounded and shouted down Nicholas during one on-campus confrontation. Keep in mind, the students wanted to censor fucking what was appropriate and dictate everything. God, I remember this. Fuck. You know,
I'm just glad I didn't go to college. I'm glad I didn't go to college.
I went to online college.
I stayed home and listened to music.
You're white dressing up like a geisha. That's racist. Burn in hell. Fucking go back to your fucking Ku Klux Klan.
I'm gonna sound like a fucking noob, but what the fuck is a geisha? Just give me a sentence what it is.
You're a Japanophile and you don't know what a geisha is?
No,
God, you don't know what the fuck it is? Look, it is a fucking female escort meant to be dressed up ultra feminine and just be there. You are not to fuck her in the slightest if you're going the traditional route. However, some do duel as fucking prostitutes, but that is a fucking black mark on their honor.
Oh.
I like the fact that he keeps talking about what a Japanophile he is and blah 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 blah. He doesn't know what that is.
I've heard that fucking term before.
You love that term.
Once again, you and your superior. Well, see, the thing is, he always has that superior attitude.
Dude, as a lot of people know, I'm a Koreophile and a Chinophile. I don't actually know that much about the country I'm moving to, which is what I'm constantly lectured for.
Can we just fucking shoot you? And I know fucking far more about it, and I fucking know jack shit compared to God.
Jim, you know his superior attitude whenever we try to talk about Asia, okay? His fucking
and whenever
superior attitude.
And fucking I say, oh God, you don't even fucking study the culture? What the fuck? Anyways, moving on. Next one is University of Missouri.
Classic.
Not surprised, it's in Missouri.
Do it. Say it.
After students successfully petitioned for University President Timothy Wolf's resignation, student and faculty rally-goers physically intimidated and blocked student journalists from covering the event. It was even caught on fucking film, the one teacher saying, "Hey, can we get some muscle over here? We gotta get these guys out of here. They're the media."
Melissa clicked that bitch. You know she's a professor in like gender studies and stuff, talking about Martha Stewart and all that nonsense.
Yeah, we watched there's a long video dissecting the protests.
No, you need to get out. You can't ask questions.
No one can ask questions
over here?
anymore.
Yeah.
No one can ask questions anymore.
And that chick was a professor. She should be freaking ashamed of herself. What kind of bullshit is that?
No, unfortunately, that's the way. Like I said, I'm glad I didn't go to college.
Hey, she got fired. She got fired for that. So
I stayed home and listened to music and don't interrupt me.
I will.
Stop interrupting.
Fucking am dying. Okay, sorry.
We will block you because you won't turn off your television, which we can hear in the background, where we're gonna get a copyright strike for.
Yeah.
No one gives a damn. That's crazy.
It's bot done. It's done by bots, you moron. They fucking... Oh, God. You have no idea how the internet works? I'm surrounded by fucking idiots.
I'm sorry. I'll try to get better people.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the communists...
That's conspiratorial as fuck, I'm just saying.
No, it isn't.
Conspiratorial as fuck. All it is they have a program that goes through the footage automatically while it's being processed, and if it catches anything that is already copyrighted via sound or sight, then you get a fucking copyright strike against you. 3 of those and your channel goes down.
Yeah,
it's automated.
Jim's gotten them.
Yes, many a times just for fucking watching YouTube videos and broadcasting them.
Thanks to Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have a question. Is this monetized?
Yes. Of course it's monetized. But the thing is, the anarchists, whenever they tried to play something, or the communists, whenever they tried to play something, I stopped them. They were like, "You think someone's gonna go through the whole video?" I'm like, that works.
That's not how it fucking works. That's why there's always a processing period. Not only does the fucking video have to compile, but it's got to go through the fucking filter to fucking see if it catches anything that's fucking copyrighted. God, it happens to fucking gameplay footage all the fucking time.
You know, someone wants to trademark Let's Play.
Yeah.
The hell is that?
Hell.
That was like so fucking long ago. And that was Sony you're talking about?
No, there was other people that have tried. There's also those people that just recently tried to fucking trademark the word react.
Yeah, to Fine Bros.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, nerds, I turned it down so you can stop complaining at me now.
Thank you. I don't pay attention to the game thing. I just heard about it today because I'm not a gamer.
Anyways, moving on. Next one is Williams College.
Damn you, William.
President Adam Falk unilaterally canceled John Devonshire from student-created Uncomfortable Learning Speaker series in February 2016. Wow. He canceled the fucking guy from coming to speak because the students had brought the highly controversial speaker to campus with the intention of refuting his arguments, which have been called racist and sexist.
I remember when they used to have the KKK speak at college campuses just so people can know what they believe in.
And debate them. This is... and that was one of the fucking things that helped a lot of kids that were teetering towards it to realize how much of a line of bullshit it was. God. Don't expose the idea, you can't dissect it. Huh?
And I said another Donald Trump supporters and shit.
We just got done with that article. Anyway.
Yeah, we've already got done with Donald Trump.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Georgetown University.
Yeah, well, that whole area is pretty damn snobby and rich.
The university's law center recently prevented a group of students from handing out campaign materials for a major presidential candidate. Administrators claimed incorrectly that the activity would jeopardize the school's tax-exempt status. Huh? I mean, this is students doing it, not
that could be either... I mean, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say it may have just been a fucking misreading of the text, or misreading of the thing, because I've seen that before, or it may have been a political move. I mean, I'm not willing to say because I wasn't there, but it could have easily been a
yeah, but if you're teaching law, you know. This is the law center.
Jim, have you met lawyers? Have you dealt with lawyers in the past?
Yes, I hate them all, and they should be
executed. You still have faith in the competence of lawyers after that?
I'm just saying logic dictates that they should know that there is no fucking conflict here because this is individual students on campus, not the university itself.
I understand logic should dictate that, but I've had dealings with some lawyers, and I'm willing to actually give them the benefit of the doubt and say they didn't know, because nothing would surprise me.
Okay.
Yeah. Although part of me says it's a political move, but part of me also says they might have just been retarded.
And lastly, the University of California. A proposed statement of principles against...
Wait, stop. What University of California?
It just says University of California, so I'm thinking main campus. Because they didn't specify. They specified the other one. So I don't know what the main campus is or whatever.
I don't know. I was just wondering.
Or maybe it's all of them. I don't know. Anyways, proposed statement of principles against intolerance from the University Board of Regents could suggest penalties for speech. In other words, they're trying to turn everything meaning racist into fucking a fine.
Yeah, whatever. And what about the dishonorable mentions?
That sounds like
Those were everything, including the dishonorable mentions. That was the last one.
the university you're referring to is obviously University of Berkeley. Just saying.
I don't know. It just said University of California.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, which I live there. It could be any friggin' one.
UCB.
I also live in California. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of University of Californias.
I
Yep.
attended that one. That sounds like something that one would try and pull off. So.
Sounds like any of the University of Californias that I've seen would try to pull off. So it may have just been all of them. It may have been a California-wide thing. I don't know. I would look into this, but I have bands to check out.
Yeah.
We're like the worst investigative journalists. We'll look into it, but...
Well, we're focusing on the list. I mean, so what if it's like one out of like a dozen? Who cares? Do your own research, audience.
Yeah, do your own. We don't have an audience.
Okay.
Okay.
We do not have an audience.
Well, we do, but they just don't give a shit.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the show, leave a comment.
Yeah.
Or not.
Leave a comment.
Or not.
Shut up. You're not.
You shut
Wolf
up.
King does not work for this show.
And if you're
He is a guest.
If I worked for the show, I would have got paid out the ass, man.
If you're a super fan of the show, hit up Patreon. Do it.
There are no super fans of the show. I
have no idea how the fucking you set up that Patreon and whenever you were on here talking about it.
You don't know how to set up Patreon? It's easy, man.
Well, the whole thing was he was
Wolfie, shut up.
You're not
saying,
listening.
like, it's a cave, man.
Listen for 1 second, you idiotic motherfucker that deserves to be lynched off your fucking front porch, your testicles set on fire while you're struggling to breathe your last.
Good, boy.
I will cut
Wolf, if you
your neck down your anus, rip off your cock and balls, and force feed them to you down your fucking gutted out throat over and over again so that you just keep retasting your own fucking ball sweat.
Yeah, I like it rough. Yeah.
Wolfie, if you keep interrupting, you're gonna be muted or blocked. Okay? Well, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
What I was attempting to explain to you was the fact that fucking Mr. Genius over there was fucking setting up the Patreon to offer people who paid $5 a fucking plane ticket to meet us. He was giving out irrational things that we would not be able to afford off the things that he was saying, oh, give us money and this will happen and that will happen. He has no concept of finance.
You're retarded. You're mentally
That was awesome.
Not you, little thing.
Actually,
Not you.
he's kind of right.
No, you're totally fucking wrong. That's...
Dude, you fucking wanted to give people plane tickets out to fucking meet us whenever, A, we're so fucking spread out across this country, it's going to be impossible for that to happen. A. And B, fucking plane tickets, I mean, even cheap ones run what?
You're full of shit.
$60.
You're so full of shit.
And you're offering that for, like, you know, a cheap-ass donation that was even, God.
No.
And that was your fucking idea, and we had to talk you out of it. You're like, oh, this will be great. No, fucking keep an idea, because whenever you're messing with people's money, they have the right to fucking sue you into the fucking ground. You have no concept of this, because you don't fucking pay attention to the world around you.
Can I mute him so I can actually talk? It'd be much easier, because he's making no peace. He's
I mean, it's fine. I've heard worse ideas.
No, he's sprouting a bunch of fucking lies. I didn't actually say give us $5 or $10 or $15 and we'll fly you out there. That's total fucking bullshit, and you're a goddamn liar for saying that. But I said
It was an insanely low amount of money.
Well, let me refute myself. refute that dumbass for a moment. I said if somebody, let's say, donated an insane amount of money, like maybe a few $100s
We'll
or
go back
whatever.
to the fucking episode and review the footage. I will find it and
A
I will
few
point it out to
$100.
you.
What I
A
pretty
few
much said,
$100, and that's not enough.
go fuck yourself and let me fucking finish. You constantly bitch at Wolf King for interrupting you. You don't. If anybody, nobody even gets a fucking chance to even talk on here. No one of you shows a fucking failure.
Okay, finish your sentence rather than complaining.
I said if somebody donated the right amount of money and at a certain time, we could possibly fly them up to see us. Not every single person, but like bands, other people who set up these things. Like let's say if 500, let's say if someone donated $1,000 to us. Yes, at first I had a dumb idea, but afterwards I corrected it and said maybe $500 to $1,000. If because we were all talking about a live session where we'd all be in the same room, we could fly someone to us if they donated a maximum super amount of money, because the drunken peasants have done that. That's where the fuck I got that idea, you stupid motherfucker.
The drunken
Yes,
peasants
at first
aren't
I
spread
said
out.
maybe like $50, but I thought afterwards, oh wait, that's impossible. Shit,
Yeah, they're gods.
my bad. Suck my dick, you stupid motherfucker. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yes,
The
I
drunken
do, because
peasants
I was
aren't.
fucking there. And
The
anyways,
drunken peasants aren't spread
Why
out
didn't you
like
quit
we
what you were
are.
fucking saying, because you made it sound like I fucked the whole thing up. And no, I fixed what I did, idiot. I know how to do that. I know a lot more
Listen
about
to
that.
what I'm saying.
and I'll go back and I'll sit there and tell you what things you said
Mhm.
were still a bad idea. Give me the fucking link to the Patreon itself. Show me what the fuck is going on there, and I will fucking tell you everything you fucked up on.
And okay, the drunken
Because you're
peasants
fucking with other people's
aren't,
money.
Patreon
aren't
doesn't even
spread
exist
out. The drunken peasants aren't spread out like we are. Now, if they give us $1,000 and they want to come out and meet me or someone, that I could possibly work, but they can't meet all of us. I mean, if we do a live session with any two of us, it'll probably be a once in a lifetime thing because of how spread out we are and how much lack of money we have. So if they donate, I would say $2,000 or $3,000, they could come out and meet me or somebody, but they could not meet all of us because we are so spread out. If they want to fly themselves out to meet me and worship me, then fine. But you can't treat this like the drunken peasants because the drunken peasants aren't spread out halfway across the world.
Well, yeah, but they got like an audience that donates. I mean, and also they got products. You need products.
They have
Yeah, we
different
don't have
means of
product.
generating cash. We have jack shit because we don't have the resources to put the shit together.
Because we're not putting any money into this because we don't have any. If I had money to put into this, I would put money into it. I would gladly do that. I don't have any money to put into it, so that kind of leaves me screwed because of the way YouTube is set up. I mean, the most I can think of is that we get one of those YouTube bots to like massive up like our video, and all of a sudden we're like which is totally stupid and spammy. I'm just saying. I think that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to do that Brett Keane stuff. I mean, they'll call you out on it quick, and then get.
I don't even know who Brett Keane is, though.
Trust me, it'll fucking zap
See,
you in
that's
the
the
long
thing.
run if you do a bot kind of mass upvote.
Your channel will be terminated.
Oh, I know. I wasn't seriously suggesting it. If you think I was seriously suggesting it, then...
I didn't think you were. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you, honestly.
It's always funny when someone mentions YouTuber before I have no interest in the YouTube community. I am a radio show person who just happens to be on YouTube because it's easy. But and okay, you need to be yelled at sometimes.
This is how stupid I am. These are the three little things here. Milestone goes. PTR ads, $50. PTR improvements plus equipment upgrades, $250. PTR improvements plus we will let you co-host the show, $500. I'm retarded. That's all impossible. When Elliot Lindenwood himself actually told me to write that in there.
I was
Let me
drunk.
go back to the fucking video that you were fucking talking about this shit and see how many of your ideas we had to shoot the fuck down.
I'm such an idiot.
I think it was the Wednesday. I think it was a Wednesday show. It wasn't PTR. It was a Wednesday little fun hangout. Yes, for 500 we'll let you co-host the show. For 1,000 we'll let you host the show. For 3,000 we'll let you host the show permanently so I can quit. Pay
At
me.
any rate, I think it's time to kill this fucker.
Yes, although you got some good ranting done.
Yay, I got to
It's
bitch.
always-
You know, if I'm I should totally segment out where James is shitting off the woman.
So are we done eating algae in the bottom of the river at night now?
Yeah, we're done doing
This has
whatever.
been political. This has been a pretty wild political trendy radio, episode 68, for the 29th of February 2016. Don't blame us, it's leap day. We're all kind of bitchy. Email is ellinthemood@gmail.com. Facebook is Political Trendy Radio, which you should know. If you don't know, you're a moron. Twitter is PTRadio666, which, whatever. For Wolf King, for the Atomic Bitch Man Anarcha, for so long, and we'll see you. I don't know if I'll be here Friday due to some family events, but if not, Monday. Sodomize goats.